Welcome back to First Alert Forward. As we talk about traffic, we can't overlook the role of law enforcement in curbing reckless driving. I sat down with Sergeant Robert Russo to learn how the St. Louis Police Department balances traffic control with their work of solving more serious violent crime in the city. So you're looking at intersections with high crash volumes, high fatality volumes, and then what do you do based on that information?
We focus our enforcement on those intersections.
Is that a new approach?
It's a trend. It's a national trend. Data-driven response to police services, not only in traffic enforcement, but other responses that we do, is a national trend right now.
Why?
Well, the resources, as you know, has been limited. We have less policemen than we ever have, and so everything has to be well thought out. And I think the days of pulling out of a police station and just writing a ticket are over. You have to go to these locations where we're needed the most. I know our tickets have been pretty consistent. We are down, as we are nationally down, of issuing tickets. But enforcement is not just the police enforcement part.
As we redesign these roads, as someone who is a part of enforcement in the city, what would you like to see?
Well, the engineering of traffic calming is a nationwide trend. It's been going on quite a lot of years. It's been working. It's been slowing down speeds, and that's the goal, is to slow speeds down. When you have higher speeds, you have higher serious accidents, and you have higher fatalities. So when you put an island in and when you do cutouts, you passively prohibit improper turning, improper passing, and people and traffic is constrained. Since 2009, nationwide pedestrian fatalities have gone up 80%. Our fatalities in the city of St. Louis in the last 4 years, about 1/3 to 40% have been pedestrian struck. And what we're finding about pedestrians is they're in at nighttime, they're in low light situations, they're not in crosswalks, and usually the vehicle flees from the scene. Unfortunately, the percentage of the persons who are struck, they're usually impaired higher than that of a driver who's been killed. So there's a concern about their impairment while walking. And that's also a national trend. So what we've seen nationwide, and we've seen in the city of St. Louis, is increased crosswalks, the traffic calming, the bump out curbs, the lighting, and in those intersections that we have them, because of data-driven, we're trying to send policemen to there to slow the traffic down, issue tickets, and have a police presence. And that's the latter part of trying to curb those. I can't, as a supervisor, we can't as a police department, and you can't as one officer solve that with a ticket. It is a holistic approach. We need community involvement. We need partnerships, and when we have those, we have grant money to allow us to pay officers extra to do those enforcement.
Thank you, Sergeant, for your time today. And problems with rough roads and reckless driving aren't just confined to the city of St. Louis. Tomorrow on Forward, David Amalotti pounds the pavement in St. Louis County. How would you improve transportation or transit in St. Louis? Email us at forward@firstalertfor.com.